after the live. I greatly appreciate it. Boots McSpaz, welcome in. Zenda, good afternoon, love. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please make sure, if you're tuning into this midday market report now or after, to hit that like button. It's rather windy out where I'm at, but I do like to do these from outside. Now in the wintertime, you'll see me shift inside for some of these when it gets colder. But today it's a nice day, and I wanted to do this outside. So good early afternoon, 2:10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on this Monday, November 6th, 2023. I'm XRP Future Millionaire, and I reside in the great state of Michigan. Chance, welcome in. CJ2 Pilot, good afternoon. I hope you're all doing well. Let's get right into this. Warmest regards from Thailand. Alexander, welcome. ATK, good afternoon. Harvey Boy, welcome in. Let's see who else is here. Yafri, welcome. Marcus, good afternoon. Oh, Johnson, welcome in. So awesome to see everybody tuning in to the Midday Market Report. As we see right now, XRP Stu, good afternoon. Mo, welcome in. Good day to you as well. We've got the Dow under a little pressure, and the DXY is up right now, but I'm going to show you why that's nothing more than just standard operating procedure. Joseph, welcome in. Miss Vicky, good mid-afternoon, love. I'm glad to see you in here as well. Marcus, good afternoon. So let's get through the markets real quick. I'm not used to so many people being here for the midday market report. Slavko, welcome in. Great to see you. The Dow is down 46 points, down to 34,014, or down 0.14%. Oh, Johnson, I'm glad you're in here. Broke your ankle and trying to call. Ooh. Hopefully you're doing a little bit better today. That's never easy. That's never easy. Steve, welcome in. ATK, good afternoon. James, welcome. So the Dow at 34,000, pretty standard operating. Oh, that's the US dollar. We don't want to go to that yet. We'll go to the US dollar after. But the Dow, W reversal. Now we're trying to see if we can hold 33,906, which it could be doing the exact same move that crypto's already done. We'll know if we can hold 33,900 area to see if we can start pushing back up, use this W reversal and come back to the top of the broadening wedge around 36,000. That's what we're looking to do in the shorter time frame. It still looks like it's in a bullish formation. We've nailed this one to the wall as well. Now we need to see if this W reversal pays off and we can invalidate this death cross in the daily and start playing out now. This looks pretty bullish right now, assuming we can hold 33,900. OMC, welcome in. Michael, good afternoon to you as well. James, welcome. Voice of Islam, Hindi, and English. Please today check for me ADA, bro. We'll see what happens at the end of the midday market report. Usually I reserve all the crypto stuff aside if I want to dip in and out of XRP for the nightly live. This is more so we can stay ahead in the markets. All of the markets. So that's the Dow. We have the DXY up 13 cents of 0.13% to 105.20. What we're looking at though is a M topping reversal or a Batman top. It's a failed W. And now we've come through the 20-day. Could we come up to 105.71 to confirm this? Some could say you could. But as of right now, we got a long ways to go still in this daily candle. It looks like we're progressing down. If I was a betting man, we're progressing down, but first we'll get a retest somewhere around that 105.71. It happens quite often, and we'll see if this is a reversal indeed. It looks to me like it is, and that's a rather large bear flag that's going to end up forming. It just seems like to me it could meet somewhere around 105.38 maybe, but it seems like we've still got some work to do to come on down. The government is certainly playing the dollar down, and they're buying up the debt right now. The 10 years up just a little bit, which correlates with this because there's a little sell-off in the markets right now, which standard operating procedure in the bond market. So I'm looking at this in time to play down to that 103.97 area or 104. Unless we invalidate this short-term move and get back on top of 105.71, really this just looks like to me the standard operating correction now to continue a new leg down. US 10 years up 1.84% or 0.08 basis points to 4.66%. Again, nothing different than we're seeing in the US dollar. After having a big breakdown, we've had a death cross. Now you want to confirm the death cross. So it's standard operating procedure for it to come back to around 4.7. It really is. You do this all the time. And if this confirms it, it's confirming that reversal pattern. And we need to come down farther. We've talked about how we could come all the way down to 3.9%, depending on how far they want to sell this off. More than likely, if it were to hold, you would stop around 4%. But, I mean, I could see it coming all the way down there. The first layer, I would see it maybe being bought back up as 4.3, but I don't think we've gone far enough yet. And I certainly don't think they're done buying the debt yet. Hit the like button for YouTube algorithm. It helps Tom a lot. It sure does. It sure does. And we have 44 people in here, 30 likes. Make sure to hit that like button, as it will greatly help push the content. It really does, more than most realize. Crude oil, or WTI, which is priced in US dollar, it's up to $81 per barrel right now, or 17 cents, up 0.2%. We're continuing what looks like a little bit of a correctory phase. It doesn't necessarily speak to me just yet that this is totally reversed yet. It could come down to $77, as we've talked about, and an 85% chance that I've been saying probably in 24 early we'll come up to these levels, and then more than likely we could come up to $128. I mean, I think we're going to have a monumental flip back up here. We're at war. There's a lot of things we're doing, but I think crude oil is something to watch here. Let's see how far it can go down. $69.97 is a bare bottom, but I don't know if they can get it down there. I know the government said they're trying to push $70, and that's on their agenda. I don't know if they can do it. Gold-silver ratio is at 85.92 today. Came up, weren't able to break this channel just yet. We're trying to see if we can get a consolidatory hold, and we have to come down and hit this 200, which we've basically done at 85. But if we're not careful here, this very well could reverse back down, and it could bring us back down to that 81 level. Right now, it's not there yet. We're still holding the 20-day, so we're going to see if 85.8 is a rejection point, or if we're going to bounce off of it. Gold's down 12 bucks under a little pressure at 1979.83. It's still well within an area for breakout. It's just with the US dollar having a little bit of a push today, it puts pressure on metals. You can see how we've invalidated the death cross, and now we're trying to get a nice bounce off of here. So we could theoretically come down to 1958, but the longer we stay above this 1980, the stronger we are. Although we are below it just a tad right now. But 1980 I would like to be above. If you're looking for a further push, we've already hit that technical target at 2009 several times. But in the future, in the ongoing future, this is going to have a big push. This isn't done yet, in my opinion. It's just how far do we consolidate, and how far do they want to manipulate this as institutions and whatnot are buying into this. So we got some time here with gold and silver. 24 is going to be a big year. So prepare now. B2 gold still well above that $3.20 area, where it's that pivot point. If it can stay above here, we're looking at about a 25% rally. If we do get rejected at 320, it could pull all the way back down to 240, but that's a W reversal that snuck its way in there. And we're going to see if the US dollar does continue to crash. We'll see the metals start moving up. If the dollar gets pushed back up artificially, then you'll see metals continue on that downward trajectory we've talked about before. But as of right now, I'm looking at the US dollar possibly coming out and collapsing now, because we're getting close to 24. So we're going to see what happens when we approach that 105.80 area. We'll see it in the next day or two. Silver's at 23 bucks, down 17 cents, or 0.75%. Nothing major. We're still well within this formation that we bounced back within. And we're trying to push our way back up to $24.32 to see how this pattern plays out. But if we continue below the 20-day, we could converge back down to either 22.50 or 22.27. Right now, though, it looks like we're consolidating very nicely off of what was a tricky bear flag into a bull flag scenario again. And if I wasn't paying too close attention, then the weekly, it looks like it's setting up for something. Daily certainly looks like it could be setting up for something. But we have to hold the 200-day, which we have to stay above 23 bucks. Keep it simple with silver. And then XRP's at $71. I've seen a lot of questions about XRP, so I'll cover it for a minute. XRP has already come up to our target of $71. It was either a close today above 71, and that would help to validate a move up to 85 cents and show the strength, or you're trying to hold 66.37 and then lateral up to 71. This could just be a fake wick up. It looks like another inverted hammer candle was put in here. Very strong candle indeed. It's a very strong volume push as well. So this is exactly what you want to continue seeing. It would be an incredible show of support if we get up to 71 cents and hold that, because then we'd start moving by level. We'd start pushing up towards that 85-cent mark if we could validate a close there. It's just, I don't know if we've got the strength on this daily close, or if we're going to need one more to do that. And then your next technical target would be up at about 85 cents. So that is where we stand right now. Bitcoin is still above the 34,000 and firm. 34,000 is where it can come down and correct to, and then it would have a push up to 37,853 or 863. That's the technical move up, assuming we don't lose that 34,000 level. Thank you very much. And if we don't lose that 34,000 level, then this broadening wedge should play out properly on a breakout, and then you would have an attempt out to about 37,863. Major volume coming in on the 19th. Ron, yeah, I mean, we'll see. We shall see. Marcus, you can't hear me? Well, I would probably reset the stream if you can't hear me, honestly. But yeah, I know it's going through because you're the only one who said it. Otherwise, everybody would be saying it. So yeah, that's what I'm looking at the markets. And then let me read this real quick because I want to get everybody on their way. And please make sure to share this. So stock market news today. Stocks lose momentum after Fed hopes surge. Stocks edge lower on Monday afternoon, losing momentum after logging their best week this year, even as hopes continue to prevail that the Federal Reserve is ready to call an end to tightening. The tech-heavy NASDAQ composite shot about 0.1%, putting it on track to end the stretch of gains, while the benchmark S&P 500 lost 0.14%. The Dow Jones Industrial Average decreased by 0.08% or 28 points. The yield on the 10-year Treasury note ticked up about 9 basis points to trade near 4.65%. The major U.S. stock indexes soared on Friday after U.S. jobs growth slowed more than expected and wage inflation cooled, cementing optimism for an end to Fed interest rates, or the Fed interest rate increases that persisted into the new year or the new week. Investors will be listening out for confirmation, with several Fed officials step up to speak this week, including 2 appearances by Jerome Powell, Regional Fed President John Williams, and Raphael Bostic are among those on the docket. So expect a heavy buying from the Fed every time these clowns come up to speak, and I use that term very I don't want to say lightly because that's exactly what they are, but every time these 3 in particular talk, generally they buy up the debt. So get ready for a boost. I just want to finish reading through this just very quickly. Some on Wall Street have cautioned that the optimism could be overdone and to brace for volatility in stocks. Morgan Stanley strategist Mike Wilson warned last week's stock comeback looks more like a bear market rally rather than the start of a sustained upswing. Meanwhile, the market still has a stream of quarterly earnings ahead while the calendar is quiet on the economic front. Disney results due Wednesday are the highlight. And commodities, oil prices jumped after top exporters Saudi Arabia and Russia confirmed last week that they will continue with their voluntarily additional production cuts. West Texas Intermediate crude futures, CL equals F, the U.S. benchmark rose more than 1% to just under $82 a barrel, while global benchmark Brent crude futures put on a little less than 1% to trade under $86 a barrel. So that's basically all I wanted to see. I'm not really I don't care about these upcoming earnings as much. I want to see what ends up happening when they come out. But that's what I got for the midday market report. Hopefully this helps. Please share this far and wide. XRP, we're looking for a daily close over 71 cents. If we break 71 cents, then it's the 663 daily close we're looking for. But 71 cents would show a huge sign of strength in the XRP market cap. We're looking for the close, which we're basically there. But we need to stay over 37 billion. So we've got some room. We need to make sure to stay over 37 billion. If you're looking for a more in-depth technical analysis on crypto, make sure you watch tonight at around 6:15 p.m. or 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, leading into the daily close at 7, now that the clock split back yesterday in the USA. And I will be going through a slew of cryptos, including XRP, in a full down, detailed way. But make sure you watch the previous updates today, as I've already done that once this morning, and I telegraphed the move for everybody this afternoon. Make sure you hit that like button. I appreciate each and every one of you. Consider joining Tom's Army if you want to pay it forward, or sending a YouTube super chat for the work I do and the time I put in. Other than that, you've all blessed me more than you know. I appreciate each and every one of you, and for that, I'll never make you sit through a paid advertisement, paid promotion, or paid sponsorship, because I just don't believe in doing it, and you won't ever have to pay a red cent if you don't want to, unless you feel like I've